Hi, Aries, and welcome to your February 2023 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead. I hope you're all doing really well. What an exciting month ahead we have with no retrogrades. We are in all planets direct, coming out of a new moon in Aquarius in January, moving through Aquarius season. I think it's going to be a really nice month for you, Aries, where you are continuing to break barriers and continuing to experience things that you've never experienced before. That's the main thing that I'm feeling to you intuitively, just to get right into your reading, is that you are going to probably have some old cycles fall away this month in February. The Ten of Wands reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed. There are some old, outworn, laborious cycles that you might no longer be partaking in February. Also, some type of confines or some type of previous constraint is gone. So you're no longer being confined by another person, or you're no longer feeling like trapped by another person's will. And you are perhaps going to be stepping into the month of February kind of with the energy of the Fool, even though that's not in your reading this month. I believe that you are having a new beginning, and I believe that you're experiencing your energy in a more easy way and in a more new and fresh way. So you do have the Hermit coming up in your reading this month as well, which is another card I've been feeling for the year of 2023. A lot of people are kind of like either going towards the archetype of the Fool or the archetype of the Hermit in 2023, which are both actually quite similar. The Fool, except the Fool is more of like a physical territorial energy, like stepping into a new physical territory, not being weighed down by the previous experience at all. The Hermit is kind of like retreating or moving into sometimes a previous territory or a territory that is already known, that has a certain degree of safety with which you can maybe decompress or relinquish, or even engage in some type of spiritual knowledge. I do see some Aries also like retreating or even starting to learn more about their own spiritual journey through perhaps like different religious lens. So you could be learning more about a certain religion here. That's been a major thing I've been seeing in 2023 and a bit of 2024 as well, as a lot of people are kind of like called to work with religion in a new way, or are called to really work with like the sources. Okay, so not just like taking a dogmatic approach, not even just taking like a community-oriented approach with religion, but like actually diving into those actual like primary sources, okay, and understanding the way that humans have connected to those in a collective way. That could be an interesting area of healing for you, Aries, to get like bigger understandings of the world around you through larger works that have been done previously, even like history, or history of civilizations, history of peoples, history of, these can take a very spiritual context as well. And maybe through that, you might really disengage a lot of some of these like really laborious things that you've undertaken. As I also feel that Aries is coming from a very kind of like entrepreneurial or active or competitive even lifestyle. So it might be good to zoom out and see like also, for example, in certain religious texts or in certain histories, what that's led to for people in other civilizations or in the past who have like been super competitive or who have been very like maybe insatiable or pushy with like worldly matters. As Ten of Wands can be like, there's a reason to carrying so much, or there's a reason why someone is pushing so hard. They think that they can get ahead, or they think that they can do something with their own power. And you might like to look at how that's gone for people in history. Also, I feel intuitively for you this month, a completely different message, that you are able to see the world and your world from a lighter, less encumbered point of view. The Two of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles coming up, and the Six of Cups. Okay, you are giving yourself some type of truth about your life and your world the way that it stands right now. And you're really diagnosing the health of your current world and current life. So some of you are starting a new career, some of you are starting a new lifestyle. And in order to really start that, it's nice to know where you're coming from and nice to really take stock of where you're at. Also, it's a great month for any type of diet, any type of new lifestyle, healthy lifestyle choices, like a dopamine detox or parasite cleanses. Any type of health orientation is very good right now during all planets direct. Also, new choices for housing, new choices for transportation. It seems like it's coming from all directions. New stuff, new life. And it's lighter. It's more economical. It's more easy flowing. Okay. Let's talk about your week to week Aries. Week number 1, the Two of Cups rooted down by the Queen of Pentacles. Healthy relationships, okay? Natural relationships, not having to force relationships, okay? Not having to fake it, not having to have false ideas about what relationships can provide. The Queen of Pentacles is about natural ease. It's about small, healthy choices that over time lead to very powerful context through good health. So healthy relationships, as Two of Cups is a relationship card, is one of your main tickets to positivity and peace, moving on from the first week of February. Also, your relationship with yourself needs to become more natural, and you need to make sure that you're not opposing yourself, or that you're not too stringently questioning or inquisiting your own choices. There's been a lot of time for that in 2022, really holding ourselves accountable and really questioning, why am I here? What am I doing? And not that that's ever a bad thing, but also there has to be action, or there has to be acceptance eventually. So you want to see some type of acceptance of you either are or are not happy with some type of situation, and certain actions now have to follow as we are looking at past the first week of February, action after action after action having to come through. So first week of February is a good time to just really think, what is the natural momentum here? Am I okay with that? Why am I not okay with the natural momentum? That's kind of a scary territory. Also, are my relationships or the people around me, are they impeding a certain natural momentum? Is that scary, on you or on your own life? And how can I work with the natural momentum in a healthier way? These are all great dialogues, and you can make great progress in the first week in that vein. Week number 2, you have the Eight of Swords reversed, rooted down by the Two of Wands. Okay, so that which confined you before does not. You break some type of confines here in the second week. The Eight of Swords is about feeling held back, or it's about feeling stagnant, or even blindly stagnant, or blindly withheld, blindly held back from something that you're wanting. The moral of Eight of Swords, though, is also that it's not that hard to break free, or that it's not really as tight of a confine as we think it is. So with the reversal, it's important to see that and to maybe actually break free here, or to actually allow yourself a more feasible workflow, more feasible output, more feasible lifestyle. And that's rooted down by the Two of Wands. So you're needing to look at your world in a more zoomed out macro way, instead of getting caught up on small little snags and details. Again, there are times for that detail orientation. We've had so much time for it. And I'm also seeing some people just getting kind of stuck in a loop there with getting OCD, or getting super detailed with their decision making, and then the world moves, and it's sometimes not the organized way that the world moves. Sometimes if you look again at the way that certain historic civilizations have risen and fallen, it's sometimes not always that sensical, or there are things about it that we just can't really understand how or why it happened, or the timing. And I do feel that there are a lot of Aries people out there who are really trying to game the system, or really trying to understand the moral, which is great, but also it's time, I think, for you to just move forward in a lot of ways too. Week number 3, the Ten of Wands reversed, rooted down by the Six of Cups. Okay, third week, this is really beautiful. I love this. So it's over. I love this second and third week of February, because you're almost buying yourself out of certain contracts, or you're no longer willing to participate with certain mechanisms or aspects of your life that just aren't fair to you, or have you giving more than is fair. So really pay attention, Aries, to where you're giving more than is fair. Pay attention also to where you're associating labor, or associating backbreaking work, Ten of Wands, with progress, or with forward momentum. Again, sometimes that's true. Sometimes a bit of Ten of Wands can really get us far, but we have to always remember with Ten of Wands that it's not sustainable. It's not something that we can just imprint on our entire life, okay? Ten of Wands needs to be very temporary to ever be effective, and you want to get straight out of that. And I think that you are getting out of that with the reversal, because it's saying that like you're not buying it anymore, or you're not like believing maybe that working those 3 jobs or having all of this like work delegated to you is really good for you, okay? Having that rooted down by the Six of Cups, you are getting a nice gift. Like there could be charity. You could also receive not just like inheritance, but I mean, really it's kind of like maybe favors or, but it's like just given. It's not in a negative way. It's like people are like, okay, I see that you're struggling. Let me help you out this way. And you might also be called to do that. You might be helping others as well, or relieving someone else's Ten of Wands situation. I will say that part of this all planets direct that we're having in January, February, March, and April of 2023, there are going to be these weird kind of like karmic ties that come up where someone might ask you for a favor, or you might need a favor from someone. It feels hard, and this is even like hard for someone like me who's so independent to accept, but like it does feel hard for many of us to even be like by May or June of 2023, like not having called in a favor, or not having maybe had to work together with someone, or having had to engage in teamwork. I believe it's Winston Churchill that says like the only thing worse than having allies is not having allies. So I feel that it's an important time for alliance, and it's an important time for building our connections and our relationships and our networks better. Because although so many people from like 2020 to 2022, those like 2 years, have like really proven the extent of like what one person alone can do, or what like independence can provide, I do think that that has maybe seen to an extent some of its like highest peaks. And now we have the other side of that, right? And it's important to have like people who believe in you, who support you, who also like just friendship goes a long way, and cordiality goes a long way here too. So think about that, Aries, because you're moving into this 4th week with the Hermit rooted down by the Ten of Swords. Let's talk about that. Okay, nice spiritual lessons coming in here. Yeah, spiritual lessons in the 4th week. What it means to go it alone, what it means to be independent, what it means, Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, very independent, very headstrong, very, very much a sign that karmically at the soul level deals with what I, with my own 2 hands, can do, and how nobody can really stop me, and all that kind of ambitious, motivational stuff. We're seeing a change there, Aries, and although you might be becoming more of an independent person, like you might be moving in by yourself, or you might be the sole head of the household or something, because there is something like that coming in for you here, or maybe like the head of your company or the leader of something. I'm getting chills. Crazy. You being in that type of place in your life at this point means that you need more people. Okay, it's like the equal and opposite reaction. It's to counterbalance the independence of your life. So I would even prioritize that over like, career, money, and stuff like that, because you want to like have allies, or you want to have people who you believe in and believe in you. The Ten of Swords coming up with that is really going to show like the sacrifice of like true independence or being a hermit. But I also feel that some of you, especially if you're on like the Pisces Aries cusp, and Saturn Saturn moving closer to Pisces. If you have anything in Pisces, as many Aries people do, there's also this part that's kind of like going off alone and learning about the universe, or learning about God, learning about the stars, learning about, things that are bigger than individuals as well, which I think is very dignified for you at this stage of your life. It will be important, though, to understand how you can integrate more people into this experience, or how you can build peace in your world or in your relationship, especially if you've had like family feuds or if you've had things that have broken up your ties or fragmented your ties with other people, as Ten of Swords always indicates that. Try to cut your losses, okay, and start creating peace elsewhere. It's either make peace where the fragmentation happened or cut that loss and make peace elsewhere. Like, peace is going to have to be made, okay? And you are maybe getting more independence, but at the same time, you have to maybe be responsible and build more connections alongside that. So anyway, Aries, beautiful reading. Lots of nice energy coming up here. Let's talk more about this in your extended. I'll get a central theme and two supporting themes. And let's talk more about understanding how this independent energy alongside more integration in your life is coming together, because that's a bit of a contradicting message, I know. So I'll look more into that, and I'll also understand more about moving away from Ten of Wands, because it's been something that's been coming up on this channel for like a year and a half now. So let's get some completion there. Okay, that'll be linked below and in the center of your screen. Now, Aries, do come check out the Patreon page. It's a great value. It is really an honor to hold that space, and it's got a lot of premium content just waiting for you, so come check it out. I'll talk to you soon, Aries. Have a beautiful month. Bye.